Well, hello my subscribers. This is going to be a wine and wines. I haven't got any gin at the moment, so gin and groans is not the option. It's wine and wines. And I want to initially say something that I saw one of my fellow YouTubers say the other day, which was Richard of old Church House Classics, where he initially made a similar comment to what I'm about to make, and that is, I don't deliberately sit here doing my wine and wines, gin and groans to upset anybody. But if me having an opinion upsets you, then fuck off. I don't care. All this is my YouTube channel with me expressing my opinion, and that may be somewhat controversial in some respects, or just something you disagree with, or maybe, who knows, you might even agree with me. But these are just my observations, things that wind me up, and things that perhaps are a little annoying. And I'd also like to say that with my wine and wines, gin and groans, if there's something you'd like to know my opinion of, or get a discussion going on, which will probably end up being in the comments rather than anything else, then let me know. And if you disagree with me, then that's fine. We're all entitled to our opinion. And I'm sure mine is different to a lot of people. I don't, as I say, set out to upset people, but if I do, then that's too fucking bad. Now, I did respond to Richard's beer and bollocks regarding EVs, but I want to put this out on my channel as well, because you people with EVs, and if you don't know what an EV is, it's an electric vehicle, electric car. They, in my opinion, and I don't think I'm wrong, cause more pollution than a well-maintained car. What you say, but it's electric, it's clean. Yes, but what is electric produced with? Mostly coal and oil and gas. Yeah, there are some exceptions to that, I grant you. But you also are not considering what environmental damage is done to produce those vehicles, particularly the batteries and the mining and the pollution that causes. You know, when you mine something, it's not pollution free. You have machines that need to run, and they more often than not run on gas, petrol. So, you know, don't think that your electric vehicle is good for the environment. It's not. And our current Prime Minister, our current moron of a president, is pushing the agenda for electric because he's fucked up with the oil. Dickhead. Anyway, let us move on to other things. Companies that, let's say, produce candy. You know, candy bar. When you were a kid, candy bar was this big in our minds. Okay, it wasn't that big, but it was big. And over the years, it has shrunk. The price hasn't. The price has gone up. And these manufacturers think we are so stupid that we don't notice that the size of the particular treat has gone down. And it's not restricted to candy. I mean, it could be, I don't know, a drink of some description, a bottle of wine or whatever. And you get less for more money. these days. And the companies think, or well, actually they don't think, they don't care that we'll notice, because they know there's fuck all we can do about it, because, you know, we want that product, we want that candy bar, we want that drink. But it's annoying that they try and trick you. One of the things that's come up recently is Netflix. And with Netflix, you can share it with your family. And my brother shares his Netflix account with me. We're in 2 different states in America. Now Netflix are getting upset. And so what they're going to do is they're going to monitor the IP address and charge, I guess they'll charge my brother because I use his account. It's not going to be a huge amount of money, but you know, you multiply that by the millions of accounts that do that. Also, they're going to charge if you watch it on your iPad or your iPhone or, you know, whatever device. And if you go away on a vacation and you're using it out in, I don't know, Barbados or wherever, or South Florida, doesn't matter. It will ring up as a different IP address and they will receive a bill for it. Isn't that amazing? That bloody thing had to do it. Excuse me 1 second. Let me respond to this, I'll be back. Okay, sorry about that, but let me just recap because I'm not quite sure where I was. With the Netflix accounts, they are going to charge you, the account holder, for obviously their normal fee, plus if you've given your account information to another family member, as my brother has with me, because his IP address is where he lives and mine is in a different location, they're going to charge him, and obviously I would pay him for that. But also, if he dares to use his iPad, even sitting in his own home, iPad, whatever, or phone, to watch Netflix, they're going to charge him again, extra. And they say they're doing this to give better service. Do you really think we're that fucking stupid? You're doing it to make more money. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to, companies? We are not that stupid. Granted, some are, but we're not. This kind of leads me into big companies. I will be releasing a video, hopefully, in the not too distant future regarding a big company issue. I was going to buy a new Richmond home, but we've had a lot of problems with them, so I'm going to have to bite the bullet probably and lose a very large amount of money because of their incompetence. However, I cannot push that video out yet because I need to find out where I stand legally. And that is the trouble when you're fighting these big companies. Now, my right to tell you about it, I believe, is covered by the First Amendment, freedom of speech. But I've got to make sure my ass is covered so that I don't get done for defamation of character or something along those lines. I won't be mentioning the people we've dealt with, but I certainly would mention the companies, and especially the mortgage company, who have really screwed with us. But that's another issue. And again, leading on from that, the unprofessionalism of companies and people that work these days. Not everybody, but a lot. One of the issues we've had with this particular company was lack of response. And it's not just related to this. I have been trying to get some concrete work done. I have called 3 concrete companies. One of them was supposedly open on Saturday, but every time I tried calling, the message went to the trash basically, and I got cut off. Then I called one yesterday and left a message, and their message was, we're busy, we're doing a job, we're blah blah blah. And I said, okay, fine, that's fair calling. They're out working, they're earning their money. So I left my message and said, give me a call, need some concrete work done. No response. Fuck all. And that happens a lot when you email people, you don't get a response. They can't even be bothered to say, I'm sorry, terribly busy at the moment, get back to you as soon as I can. Anything. That would be nice. No, you don't get that. COVID. Hey, it's over. Yeah, it's still around. But I called my orthopedic doctor today. Their message still says, due to COVID-19, we're experiencing high volume calls and lack of staff and blah, 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 blah. Bollocks. Absolute fucking bollocks. It's back to normal. And if you haven't got your staff up to date by now, 3 years later, there is something wrong with your administration and you need to fucking sort it out. Stop blaming COVID. Well, we can't supply this due to COVID. We can't supply that due to COVID. It's taking long due to COVID. Bollocks. You're lazy, incompetent morons. Get your fingers out your ass. One final thing. This transgender crap. I can't remember the name of that guy that pretends he's a woman that's still got a dick as far as I'm aware. And I think somebody said if they don't believe I'm a woman, they can suck my dick. Some morons just gave him Woman of the Year award. Are you kidding? These guys that pretend they're women so that they can win shit is disgusting. And anybody that allows it is disgusting. Doesn't seem to work the other way, does it, girls? If you're a woman and you think you're a man, and you go into a sport, you can't compete. You have your ass whooped because physically you were born as a woman, even though you might think you're a man. The other way around, no fucking way. There was I think it was a skateboarder the other day that was a guy pretending he was a woman, and he whooping children and other women in the skateboarding championship, and they allowed it. Are you kidding me? If you're born with a dick, you're a guy. If you're born with a pussy, you're a girl. If you want to change halfway along the line, that's fine. If that's the way you feel and you want to do it, no problem with that. But you cannot compete in a woman's sport if you're born a man. It's just not on. And I would say the same applies the other way. Maybe we should just, to placate these people, have a transgender sports, and whether you're a male being a female or a female being a male, you can all enter this sports arena, do your own shit, and pretend you're good when you know you're cheating. Roe v. Wade. Ooh. I won't even get too much into that, but as the women said, my body, my choice. When your father rapes you, or you are raped by a asshole, you cannot get an abortion to get rid of that disgusting thing that is growing inside of you. Yes, it's not really disgusting, but there's no way you're going to want it, are you? There's no way it's going to be loved as it should be. Do it a favour. Put it down like you would a sick animal. Sorry, that's very controversial, but that's me. Good night.